This is Andy Purewal for ID Boxing. I'm joined by promoter Ben Shalom. On the back of a historic night of boxing. Ben, walked me through the top downwards, a terrific main event between Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall. Yeah, your thoughts?
What a fight, what a night. Relentless pace. One of the best fights I've seen live. One of the best atmospheres I've seen live. Incredible. They lived up to the hype. We've been waiting for that fight so long. And we got it, and what an advert for the sport. It was truly incredible. Every time one of them came forward, the other one did. It never stopped. And Claressa started well, but Savannah, the way she came back into it, I thought it was close. I thought Claressa just did enough. But Savannah will feel that, on another day and maybe with a better start, she could have won tonight.
What do you feel like the difference was for Claressa? I know you've just said that Claressa started very quickly in comparison to Savannah, but aside from that tactically, it seemed like Claressa's speed was a huge factor.
Claressa's speed was a huge factor. She was so sharp. I think she looked, and I was concerned in the week privately because she looked a lot better conditioned this time as opposed to September the 10th. She seemed to use those few weeks to her advantage. Sharpness, her speed. She was relentless. But Savannah was also relentless, and the fight, the pace was incredible. So yeah, I think she pipped it, and she was a deserved winner and showed her class. But I think Savannah, the way she came back against one of the greatest operators in the ring was incredible to see, and I think that's why she'll want a rematch.
For Savannah, what next? You've just said the rematch. Do you think it's an achievable fight to make?
I think so. I think, look, she'll want a bit of time to rest. It's been a long camp, especially with the postponement. There's big fights for her at 168 with Cruz, the unified champion there, and Christina Hammer as well, who was here tonight. And there's big fights around, but those two are a class above in 160 and 168. Claressa knows that, and I'd like to see it over longer minutes, over longer rounds. Maybe they can be the ones to break barriers again, but just proud of them both because it was such a big weight on their shoulders. The first women's night, the way they came out, the ring walks, the entertainment, it was just a ridiculous night. And I'm so glad that people got to see boxing for what it can be. And it was a special fight to top off an incredible night.
The co-main, Mayer-Baumgardner, again a very tight fight, Alicia edging it, but what did you think?
I thought Michaela Mayer nicked it, if I'm honest. I thought she just nicked it. But I think you have to do more to not leave it in judges. She left it in the judges' hands. It never lit like the main event. It never really caught off. And because of that, she probably will feel gutted, but maybe she just didn't do enough. And fair play to Alicia. She's an incredible athlete as well. She got her win. And I would have liked to see a rematch because it didn't live up to all the expectations of what a great fight could have been. It was a good fight. I'd like to see it again. I feel sorry for Michaela, but congratulations to Alicia. And that one actually in particular is the reason why perhaps we need 3 minutes, because it's impossible to score. I was sat there and the round was over before I'd even, really got into it. And I don't know, it's hard for the judges. It really is hard for the judges to score.
You said to me earlier in the week that you're a huge advocate for 3-minute rounds, particularly for these two fights tonight that were main and co-main. Is that something you're going to push for moving forwards?
I think what we had to show was that they're true athletes, that the fights were going to be competitive from start to finish, that women's boxing is on a level with men's boxing. I think now we have a much better argument for why it has to be 3-minute rounds. We don't want to have fights ending where it's not clear-cut. No one wants that. It's a bit disappointing that Mayer-Baumgardner has ended and it's not been clear-cut who even won. I don't like that as a boxing fan. We got Shields Marshall. I will give it. I think Claressa won tonight, but on that fight, it's disappointing. And any way that we can make it, make a clear winner, we should embrace it. And they're athletes. They could easily go 3 minutes, and they're just as athletic as the men.
Just looking at some of the undercard as well, Ben, Caroline Dubois continues to impress.
Yeah, this was the moment I thought, I was like, wow. Usually I know she gets nervous, and what was crazy about tonight is that the fans were queuing from 5 p.m, 6 p.m. have you ever seen a boxing event where the crowd's 75% full at 8 p.m.? It was crazy. It was a different kind of crowd. They wanted to watch the whole show, and Caroline Dubois came out and stopped someone that went the full distance with Katie Taylor, a very, very tough opponent for her fourth fight. She's 21 years old. She's special. There's some sportsmen that when you watch them do their craft, it's a joy to watch, and I find that with Caroline. It's a joy to watch her in the ring, and she's a special fighter.
Spoke to Shane McGuigan after the fight, and he said 12 months she could comfortably challenge for a world title. Are you aligned with Shane's vision?
Yeah, of course. Work with Shane a lot now across a lot of fighters, and I trust what he says. But yeah, Caroline's got a long, long career of herself. She wants to be one that breaks boundaries. She's had to come through a difficult path as well to get to where she is, and she'll look at Shields and look at. I know she looks up to Clarissa, but look at Shields Marshall. I know she's got the bit between her teeth. She comes across very innocent, very sweet, and people love her. But believe me, she's no one more competitive and no one more hardworking and no one more obsessed with where she can get to in the sport. She's going to be a true star of women's boxing.
Caris Artingstall and Lauren Price, again, your thoughts on their performances and victories?
Yeah, Caris is sort of has gone under the radar because of Lauren's MBE and gold medal and whatever, but she's something that we've not seen before in women's boxing. She's aggressive. She was relentless today. She's got huge punch power. She was against a very durable opponent, but she's bringing something wholly different to the women's sport. Very excited to see her going. Lauren Price, masterclass as well. They had to stop that fight as well, and it's unbelievable to see the talent. We knew those three Olympians were special. There was something about that Tokyo Games where those three, we just knew we had to get, and we think that they'll be the ones that are headlining these shows in years to come. Lauren Price, Caris and Caroline, huge stars, all different, all fighters that we were desperate to get. I think the other girls on the card, Shannon Ryan really impressed. Ebony Jones, Georgia O'Connor, everyone did well. April Hunter looked a lot better and looks a lot more comfortable at the weight than she has previously. So yeah, very, very good night, and those three Olympians are going to be superstars.
Ben, since you've teamed up with Sky, where does this show rank?
Got to be number one. I know the others have been unbelievable. It's more that it turned boxing on its head. The all women's card, the crowd, the different crowd that was in there tonight, the fights, it just turned it on its head. No one's ever done that before. No one can take that away from us. So proud of the team. But yeah, this was our biggest achievement because of what it will do for the sport, and it will be remembered forever.
Final one, Ben. I saw behind you had Ben Whittaker and Dan Azeez sat within 2 seats of each other. Yeah. Talk to me. They're
at different stages of their career. Ben Whittaker's just getting going. Dan Azeez is now at the crunch time. He's going to have some big fights, big fights over the next few months. He wants to be up there with the Buatsis and the Anthony Yards, and his time will now come. He's got a big fight in December. We're about to announce a very, very big fight, and then I expect him to do some big things in the division. And Ben, we know he's a superstar, but he's starting out. Well, Ben, I appreciate your time. Enjoy this victorious night. Thank you for speaking to me in ID Boxing. Cheers, bro. Thank you.